taller than you. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Travion Davis. This is Caleb McCaig, and this is Topic of Discussion, where we bring you our opinions on the latest sports stories around the country. A big one this week that's making headlines is former LSU superstar Tyrann Mathieu. You may know him as the Honey Badger. Him, along with Jordan Jefferson and two other former LSU players, have been arrested. Caleb, what is your take on that?
Okay. Obviously, Tyrann Mathieu, he was a great football player. He probably made the most impact on a football field less than anybody in the entire country. But he didn't know what that he had. Mm-hmm. He didn't know he had the world in front of him. Probably would have been a late first-round draft pick. Everyone says that he's too small, but somebody would have taken a risk on him. Mm-hmm. He knows how to play the game. He was a smart kid. I mean, obviously not smart enough. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's just a sad thing, man. It's just sad. People with so much talent just throwing it away over one or two little highs, man. And, I mean, Jordan Jefferson, that inspires me. He's been an idiot his whole time there. Mm-hmm. But that's a kid. He played at LSU. Mm-hmm. He graduated, went to the NFL, didn't get picked up anywhere. So, I mean, what else is he going to do? I guess, but it's just a whole sad thing for LSU. You know that's not how Les Miles wants to see his players go after that they're done with the program. Right. But I mean, I guess for him, better that it happened with them off the team than on. So,
right. Well, let me get into my Stephen A. mode real quick. Mr. Tyrann Mathieu, you knew better. You already got caught earlier this year by failing drug tests because of marijuana. You said that you were going to go to rehab because of marijuana.
Did he not go or what?
Come on. And then you get arrested for it. Not just because you have, a little small personal possession of marijuana. No, you have 10 bags of high-grade marijuana.
A scale and everything.
Yes, you knew better. You just threw a great opportunity at the league away now because, number one, nobody is going to take a habit, a person with a habit that involves drugs, number one. Yeah. His skill set was just beautiful. This guy could do it all. He could cover, he could tackle, and he was a great special teams player. I honestly don't know if he's going to get picked up by anyone in the NFL. He's not going to be playing college football anytime soon. So I honestly do not know who's going to take a chance on him. He's another example. He's the Terrell Pryor of this year. Terrell Pryor had all that upside. He had all that promise, but he did something stupid.
At least he's in the NFL, though.
At least he's in the NFL. So
but he wasn't. His thing was way different, though.
Right.
He was just trying to pick up some extra cash.
Right, but what was Tyrann Mathieu doing with
some totally against the law.
Son, you have to do better. Hopefully, I'm praying that someone will still pick you up because you're still talented. But this one right here, whatever happens, it happens. You have to live with the consequence. Yeah. As well as Jordan Jefferson. He should have known better as well because of the bar fight incident. So he should have known better as well. So I hope everything gets better for you, but it's not looking good for you right now. But at least the charge was just simple possession. It's nothing major, but it's still that he got in trouble twice in 1 year because of the same incident.
Sad story, man. So watch out who your kids hang out with.
Right. We just have to see how everything folds out. We don't know why he did it. We don't know. He couldn't need the money because he's not on scholarship.
He hasn't issued a statement yet. So.
It's still illegal what he was doing. But we're going to shift over from college football into the NFL. Tim Tebow. What about Tim Tebow? Is Tebow mania over? Has everyone just jumped off the bandwagon? Or
it's never going to end, at least in my eyes. It's sad. He got the short end of the stick with the whole Jets thing and the whole thing in Denver. I mean, what else could he have done to have made the Broncos think that he was a starting quarterback, or to make any team in the league think that he is?
Right.
I mean, all he did, I think he had like 6 fourth quarter comebacks last year.
Yeah.
He led the team to the playoffs and beat the number 1 defense in the NFL. I just don't know what else that someone can do to try and convince people. But I'll tell you what, though, if Mark Sanchez continues to struggle, I think it'll be just like it was in Denver. Mm-hmm. The fans are going to call for it, because that's when Tebow is at his best.
Right. That's when he comes alive. And I honestly thought that Tebow would have seen way more action.
Yeah.
The way that the Jets, use
they're not using
players,
him.
they utilize them at different positions. They made all this hype about they're going to use him at running back last week. He's just not being used enough. If you're going to make all this publicity of signing a guy like Tim Tebow, use him. Use him somewhere. I honestly think that Tebow mania is about to come to an end. Like, it's just not the same hype because they're not using him the same. I honestly thought Tim Tebow was going to be the Jets starting quarterback by week 4. Sunday starts week 8. It's week 8 now. So public opinion must not be too strong for Tim Tebow, seeing that it's New York and people from New York speak their minds. They don't care.
Yeah.
So I honestly do not know.
What do the Jets have to lose?
Right. They're already struggling.
Yeah.
People are getting hurt left and right.
Have to be the worst offense in the NFL.
Right. So, I mean, use him. If you brought him over, you signed this man, use him. Plain and simple. Rex Ryan, he uses this man. You have a football player. You don't have a quarterback. This guy can be a football player. If you need him to run down the field at 60 miles an hour just to cover on a punt or a kickoff, use the man. He's going to make a difference in some area of the game. Just use him, plain and simple. So with that, I just honestly think that Tebow mania is about to be kaput. It's gone. It's done for.
I don't think it's over until he's out of the league.
Speaking of another quarterback, Michael Vick is also making headlines like he does every week. Do you think that the job security of Michael Vick is high? Do you think he should be concerned for his job as a starting quarterback?
I don't think so, because he's Michael Vick. He's been in this league. He's had to have been in this league for 9 or 10 years,
right?
Something like that. He's a playmaker. I mean, he has struggled somewhat this year, but it's Michael Vick. Like, if you have to know that with his playing style, there's going to be some turnovers.
Right, but he's second in the league.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who else? Okay, the guy who they have behind him is Nick Foles.
Yeah,
he was rookie,
and he was
who
nice.
lit it up. He lit it up during the preseason against the 3s and 4s. Right. So I just don't think that there's it would be different if Kolb was behind him. But Foles, he hasn't proven a thing in this league, and I just don't think. I mean, they're 3-3. It's not like they're 1-6 or anything, or 1-5.
True.
So, I mean, I don't think that they need to start worrying I don't think he needs to start worrying just yet.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's Michael Vick. We've seen play like this from Michael Vick before when he was back in Atlanta. The level of concern should be a little up there though, because like you said, he spent all this time in the league, but he's been doing this a lot since he's been in the league. Now, everybody rode the bandwagon of Michael Vick when he first came back, and he was, he's a pocket passer now. But it's still Mike Vick. You should know Mike Vick will give you a flash of greatness, but he will also give you that flash of, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
He's not a pocket passer,
right?
And I feel like that they've been trying to use him like he is one,
right? So I don't know. I just honestly don't. I mean, it's Mike Vick, so you should already know what to expect. But I think he'll still be the starting quarterback
Yeah.
no matter what. Nick Foles was good at Arizona, but is he better than Michael Vick? No. You can always get that exciting play out of Michael
Yeah.
Vick that you said. It can change the whole momentum of a game. So, with that being said, I think
He's got all the weapons too. So
yeah, and that's the problem. And I think that's also why people, ride Michael Vick so hard. Now, mind you, he didn't have the same amount of weapons that he did in Atlanta that he does now in Philly,
No.
but he has a lot of freaking weapons. So, with that said, do you think it's more for Andy Reid to be concerned for his job, or do you think that it's just Michael Vick and, hey, there's nothing that we can do about it?
every year there's two coaches that come on the hot seat.
Mhm.
Every year.
Every year.
And it's Andy Reid
Mhm.
and it's Tom Coughlin.
Yep.
Every single
Yep.
year, because every year the Giants have 1 month where they go like 1-3,
Mhm.
and I feel like the Eagles usually start off pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so there's always talk, but
Mhm.
you know what good coaches do? Coughlin, he's already won two Super Bowls. He won a Super Bowl last year. That's with the team that went 9-7.
Right.
Andy Reid, he's only been to one Super Bowl, but the Eagles have the capability of beating any team on any given day.
Just because of all those
Yeah.
weapons.
And
So,
I mean, I understand what the Eagles front office is saying, hey, we need to win now rather than later. We have all the pieces, which they're right. They have Asamoah, they have Rogers Cromartie, D'Amico Ryans,
they have a
Jason
lot
Babin, yeah.
of weapons.
They're
man.
they're stacked. I don't know. I mean, it's 6 weeks into the season. I would say about now is where if you had a slow start, it's got to be pretty much
Yeah.
fixed about now.
Yeah. It sounds just like his Cowboys, but that's a whole another subject we're gonna leave for another day. But this Sunday, Patriots and the Rams are going to London. Do you think honestly that NFL games in London is beneficial for the NFL, or is it detrimental to the NFL?
I mean, I understand where the NFL is coming from. They're just trying to broaden
Right.
the audience.
Yeah.
And I compare it to kind of like whenever European soccer teams kind of come and play over here. We do have the MLS, and I know in Europe there are some like football leagues, but they're not like a big deal. But whenever a big time team comes, they're gonna go. They're gonna want to see what all the fuss is about
Right.
and everything. And so I don't see a problem with it. And I know the NFL said the last few years they could maybe one day see London having an NFL team.
Right.
But I think that just might be in something that's inevitable. I think eventually all the leagues are going to end up being worldwide. I'm not talking like within like 5 to 10
Right,
years,
right.
but like way down the line to where travel is really quick and everything. But as of now, I don't see a problem with them playing a game there.
I honestly think it's a good thing, like you said, try to get it out there that, hey, even though it's just an American sport, this can someday try to be a world sport. What I want to know is not so much what the fans think about it, because the fans, like you said, they'll come out, see it as something new for London. But I want to see the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
We already had NFL Europe. We had that fell under.
That was like a minor leagues though.
Right,
so.
but it was still the NFL.
Yeah.
Now, some of those players, as a matter of fact, Derrick Ross, who went here, he played over there, and then he eventually got picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs. So I want to know what's the figures looking like, because football is an amazing sport, but when it comes to, say, a country such as England, where soccer just completely dominates,
and rugby.
yeah, what is the business aspect? Because the fans, they like it, but do I actually see them one day just strapping it up, helmet, shoulder pad? I honestly do not know. It's all about money and the revenue, what's all that looking like, TV time, all that. But I honestly think it's a good thing. Get football out there. It can be It
Sure.
can be somewhere, but will it though? I don't know. But transition from the NFL to the NBA, the Lakers, the mighty Lakers.
Everyone's saying everyone's saying
Dwight
they're the
Howard,
ship.
Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Metta World Peace, Paul Gasol, the Big Five. Now, they finished the preseason 0-8. Do you think that's a sign of trouble, or is it just okay, they don't know how to play together?
It's the preseason.
Right.
Since when has the preseason been relevant?
Right.
And the way that I see it, I've always have noticed teams that do really well in the preseason always seem to do pretty bad
Right.
in the regular season.
Right.
So I don't see this as any kind of a warning hazard
Mm-hmm.
sign or anything like that. You have the best center in the game. You have the most dominant player of this decade on the team, and he's hurt too. So
Yeah.
I don't even know how many games that he even played
So
played in those. So I think that they'll be fine. They'll probably be at least the least I see them going is a 3 seed. They'll probably be a 2 or a 1 though.
yeah, I mean it's still the Lakers. They still have Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
They just, like I said, they just picked up Dwight Howard. They just signed Steve Nash. It's the preseason. It's the NBA. They play 82 long games. I just think it's just something like when the Heat first got together 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's the
Slow
same
start.
thing. They don't know how to play together yet.
No.
As soon as they start gelling and clicking, it's about to be headlines coming out of LA.
Yeah.
Lakers doing this, Lakers doing that. Lakers projected to be this
Kobe
seed.
doing work.
Lakers get another ring. So, I mean, it's still early. It'll be okay, Lakers fans. I know it's a lot of you scattered out there. Y'all will be okay. It's a preseason. It's completely fine.
Preseason.
But to our Texans, though, Tarleton State, Texas versus the University of Incarnate Word, they have to win.
I know, coming off a
It's-
hard
yeah.
homecoming loss,
They have to win, Caleb.
it's a must win. It surely
They
is.
have to win. Just to finish the season on a good note, you have to win out your games. I know it wasn't the season that you wanted to have, but at least finish on a good note. That's the good thing about it. You can learn from your mistakes. Off season is coming up. Hit it hard, and then we're going to ride out next year. But they're going to take Incarnate Word. I'm not even going to give a score simply because I know that you guys are going to beat them. Don't get it wrong. Incarnate Word will bring it because they play so hard, but you guys are going to beat them.
Dude, I mean, you've been saying they're going to go out there and win, but they didn't win last week.
And that was due to lazy play. That's all that we cannot get lazy anymore. Do not get lazy. Finish it out. If you're on their throat, choke them out. Just go ahead, suffocate them right there and there. Beat them. Just win out. Just
Gotta
win
play
out.
all 4 quarters too.
Oh yeah, definitely. But time for the rundown now. We're gonna do it a little different this week. We got 2 major college football games. The first one being number 14 Texas Tech at number 3 Kansas State. What's your look on that one, man?
Man, if you'd have told me at the beginning of the year that Texas Tech would be 6-1 and ranked 14,
Yeah.
I would have told you to probably leave this room and never come back. But K-State, they play some grandpa football,
Mhm.
but it is working, man.
Yes.
Colin Klein is unstoppable.
He's a beast.
In my eyes, he's got
a
to be the
beast.
front runner
Yeah.
for the Heisman
Yeah.
currently,
Yeah.
which, that changes every week.
Mhm.
But, I mean, Texas Tech kind of runs the same offense West Virginia did,
Yeah.
but Tech does actually have a defense.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
so does K-State. I really have no idea. I no idea.
It's just I don't know. Like I'm right there with you, man. Like Texas Tech. Don't get me wrong. Texas Tech was okay last year.
Yeah.
Texas Tech, they had their moments. But at the same time, when Geno Smith was just getting the praise that he got, and they went to, and West Virginia came to Lubbock, and Texas Tech put on a show for everyone, that just shows you, how good they actually were,
Yeah.
how good they can be, and how good they will be. But K-State, though, that's another monster. I know they beat TCU. Texas Tech did beat TCU last week in overtime. But like I said, K-State is a different monster. That Klein,
It's in Manhattan too, so
oh, he's a beast. But I don't know who to pick. Just because Texas Tech.
it's such a toss-up.
Yeah, like I just have to say Texas
I just don't know
Tech.
if Texas Tech is for real or not.
I'm going to say that for real because it's 2 weeks back to back that they put on a show.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say Texas Tech just because they're hot right now. I'm going to say Texas Tech. I'm going to say 41-38, and that's going to be a last-second field goal. It's just, I don't know. This is a complete toss-up. It's just, I don't know. I do not know. But the next game, though.
Game of the week.
Yes. Number 5, Notre Dame. At number 8, Oklahoma. What's it looking like?
Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
You have to write this year of college football. If you go out there and lose, to me, college football has gone to a complete fallacy. Notre Dame has not been relevant since Brady Quinn was there. Brady Quinn, he got given the starting job at Kansas City. We had Matt Castle. I mean, the last BCS game Notre Dame played in, they played LSU and got absolutely stomped.
Yeah.
And that Notre Dame team was supposed to be the chosen ones. So everyone's saying Notre Dame's defense is one of the best in the country. You know what, Notre Dame? You almost got knocked off by BYU at home. You won by 3 points. Don't get me wrong, Manny Te'o, he is a hoss. He'll be the only player on that team who goes and makes an impact in the NFL.
Yeah.
But if OU does not win this game, in my eyes, this college football season is ruined because the only other team that Notre Dame lets play is USC, and I am not putting any confidence with them going up against the USC defense. So, and they're giving Oklahoma 11 points.
Wow.
So that's how much that Vegas sees Notre Dame. So I'm going to take Oklahoma to win by 14. I'm going to take them to cover.
Yeah. Oklahoma is nice. Don't get me wrong, Notre Dame is good, but OU is nice year in, year out. The only thing I don't like about Oklahoma is once they do – well, I can't say once because – no, forget that. Once they do beat Notre Dame, it's all about what are they going to do after that, because I know if they beat Notre Dame, they're going to suck it up in the ball game, whichever one they go to, just like they do they've been doing this for like the past 4 or 5 years now. They've been getting to ball games and just looking like poo cheese. But I'm going to say Oklahoma takes it. I'm going to say, just because of this defense by Notre Dame, I'm going to say 28-21 Oklahoma. That's what I'm looking like.
I'm not even going to give a score. I'll just take Oklahoma to cover.
All right, back to the NFL. The big battle of the birds, Atlanta at Philly. What's your opinion on that one?
Man, we were just talking about Mike Vick and everything, but Matty Ice, he's on my fantasy team.
Yes,
I got to go with him. And I hope that it's a high scoring game because I also have Deshaun Jackson on my team. But I'm going to take. Man, that's going to suck for Philly because they're going to go 3-4.
See?
But I'm going to take Atlanta to win 35-28.
Hey, them Dirty Birds are doing work right now. I honestly think that Atlanta is going to put it on Philly's behind. Now,
Philly could just come out, though.
They could because Philadelphia.
They do that.
Yeah, they do that. But at the same time, those Dirty Birds down in Atlanta are cutting it up right now. I'm going to say easily 35 to I'm going to give you a poop butt number like 10. Hey, Atlanta is about to do work. Even though, Philly has Mike Vick, they have Deshaun Jackson, they have Jeremy Mack.
LaShawn.
And but they won't utilize LaShawn McCoy.
I know.
That's the only reason why Philly will beat Atlanta is if they use LaShawn McCoy. But I'm still sticking with Atlanta. Atlanta's going to put it on Philadelphia's behind. And the last game for our rundown, the New York football giants against
Boo.
his Dallas Cowgirls. I mean, Cowboys.
Oh.
Cowboys. What's your take? Give it to us.
Man, Giants, for all that I know, world champs too. That's all. I mean, Dallas, they already beat them once. And don't get me wrong, I will admit this is not the same Giants team they played in Week 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same Cowboys team. The Cowboys do have the number 2 defense in the league right now, but that was with Sean Lee, who is out for the rest of the year, and they don't have Barry Church, their safety.
Yeah.
So, man, the Cowboys are gonna have to come out. The only reason I can see them maybe winning is because it's the New York Giants. They're always gonna come out and play against them. So I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win, 21-20.
No, just because you just said that New York they're not gonna stomp on Dallas, but they're gonna beat Dallas. I'll say 27-24, just because.
Oh, well, 3 points is a big
But it is
difference on one.
because if you lose by 1, it hurts so much more. Trust me, I've been on that end of the stick. It hurts so much more. But I'm just gonna say 27-24 simply because Dallas, they're gonna be having that mindset like, okay, hey, we beat these guys before, we could do it again. So I'm gonna stick by that 27-24, just because he said a 1-point victory. I'm gonna
Bush
say 3
League.
points. But that's whatever. But thank you for tuning in to Topic of Discussion. Caleb McCaig, Travion Davis. We'll see y'all next Friday. We're here all the time. Y'all know where to find us at.
See y'all next
We're out.
week.
The paper throw.